Oh my god, this is disgusting. Not even fair.
Should I get a shield box? F it, I'm getting a shield box.
What's up, nerds? It's Mike again with another gun review. This time we'll be talking about the DMR and how it's absolutely disgusting. But first, I want to thank everybody for all the likes and views. We really appreciate all the support here at MDM Gaming. And to all our subs, we really appreciate you being here and watching our videos. So with that, if you are watching this video and you like it, give us a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content, because we're trying to give you everything we can about some Warzone activities, gun reviews, Easter eggs, glitches, all the fun stuff. We have it here at MDM Gaming. So before we get into the DMR review, I just want to let you know a lot of this data is coming from the True Game Data website. He also has a YouTube channel. You should definitely check him out. I know in my last video I said True Gun Data, but it's actually True Game Data. And he's phenomenal. He's got a lot of good information on his YouTube channels, but more importantly, if you go onto his website, he has all the guns broken down. He's still trying to add some of the Cold War weapons to Warzone, but he does have most of the information that you need right now. And he has all the information on the Modern Warfare guns, so definitely go check that out. Alright, getting into it. Right here is from the True Game Data website, and you can see that the DMR has some disgusting stats. The number one stat is going to be that fire rate at 370 rounds per minute, and you can get that even higher with one of the barrels we'll go over later. And then you look at the headshot damage is 175, chest and stomach is 60, and extremities is 55. The important thing to know here is that the headshot at 175 makes it a 2-shot to the head. So if you hit 2 headshots, they're done. Full shielded, doesn't matter, they're absolutely gone. With the body shots, if you get no headshots, it's still 5 shots, which does seem like a lot, but if you include just 1 headshot, the other 2 bodies will take them down for a total of 3 shots. So in any order, if you did head, body, or body, head, body, or body, head, as long as you land one of those headshots, you're going to be taking them down extremely quick. The other thing you can look at here is that there is absolutely no drop off in damage, no matter what the range. So that is a huge deal when you're trying to get longer range fights, or if you're trying to get into medium range fights. Like, there's no drop off whatsoever. That damage is still going to be 2 shots to the head, no matter the range. The other information you really should be looking at here is the ADS speed at 288 milliseconds. That becomes a little bit worse when we add some of the attachments, but the attachments we add are pretty important, so we'll get to that later. But it's still pretty much in line with all the ARs that you're using, so not a huge deal. It does start off, as you can see, with 20 rounds in the mag. Adding extra rounds in the mag can be nice, but it does slow down that ADS time, so I don't recommend it, but we'll get into that a little later as well. And you can kind of see the sprint to fire time, tactical sprint to fire time are pretty much in line with most ARs, so not a huge deal there. What we're going to be looking at now is the bullet velocity at 500. That is pretty bad. It's just all Cold War weapons have bad bullet velocity, but there is a specific attachment that doesn't really show that it gives you bullet velocity. That's going to give you quite a bit that we'll go over, so don't worry about the bullet velocity for now. Instead, let's take a look at the recoil, and as you can see, the recoil is really nice on this gun. It pretty much goes straight up and just slightly to the right. It's fairly easy to control at medium and long range, and that's what sets it apart from the Type 63 that has more recoil. The other important factor to this gun is that it holds 20 rounds, but they're AR rounds, so unlike the marksman rifles where you have to use sniper rounds, you get to hold way more in reserves, which is a huge positive when you're trying to go from medium to long range with these types of guns here. Now let's take a look at reloading, and this one has a 1.66 second reload speed, which is very nice, especially with the 20 rounds in there. But if it is completely empty, it will be 2.28 seconds. As we know, there is a glitch with Cold War weapons in Warzone. For some reason, if there's 0 ammo in your magazine, it takes longer to reload. And even on top of that, if you add stopping power rounds or if you have specialist on, it can add almost a full second to your reload time. So make sure you keep that in mind with all Black Ops weapons, but definitely with the DMR when you're reloading. At least have 1 or 2 left in the mag, so reload often. Now let's get into the attachments that I recommend. Number 1 is Agency Suppressor. You gotta have this attachment. It gives you the silencer effect, which is what you absolutely want, but it also gives you plus and damage range. But you'll notice it gives you that minus in ADS. but we'll be using another attachment to kind of bring up that ADS, so don't worry about that too much. Let's get into barrels. JGod found out some interesting things about the barrels and how they don't have the correct information. So like the match grade barrel, it says it's supposed to help with damage range, but really it minuses 25% on bullet velocity, making it even harder to use this gun. So don't use that one at all. Most people right now are using the task force, but with the bullet damage, it's still the same amount of bullets to kill, so it's not a huge deal. And it is a little bit less fire rate than the titanium barrel, which we'll go over in a second. And it doesn't help with bullet velocity, even though it says it does. From what JGod found out, it does not help at all. So what he did find out, which was interesting, is the barrel that he used is the titanium barrel, and that gives you an increase in fire rate, bringing it to 482 rounds per minute, which is fantastic. But also, it gives you more bullet velocity, bringing it up to 800 meters per second, which is huge. You absolutely need that extra bullet velocity to compete with any of the Modern Warfare weapons, so definitely make sure you use the titanium barrel. The next attachment I'm using is the underbarrel field agent, which helps with recoil control for both vertical and horizontal. That is huge to have on there, and as you can see my recoil patterns, I have that attachment on there, so make sure you have that. The next attachment that I'm using is the serpent wrap, which gives you more ADS. This would bring your total ADS to 367 milliseconds, which is a huge deal. You're going to want as much ADS time as possible, especially in that medium range battle that you're most likely going to be in with this gun. You can also use the airborne, which gives you the flinch resistance, which is nice, but it gives you a little bit less ADS, so I don't recommend that. I personally like to be able to aim down sight pretty quickly in the medium range battles, which you're going to be most likely in with this DMR. So it's up to you, but personally I use the serpent wrap. The last attachment is really up to you. I use the 3x zoom just for the medium to long range battles. You can instead use the iron sight if you're going to use it more close range and use a bigger mag, but just remember with the bigger mag you're losing ADS time, which I don't know, it's up to you. I hate that. So this is what I recommend for the DMR. I'm sure everyone here has come across a-holes with DMRs just lighting you up. Every match we played last night, the final circle had people filled with DMRs, and most of the winners had it on them. If you pair this gun with like the dual Diamatis or the MAC-10, it's absolutely disgusting. So check it out, try to get this loadout. I know it's hard to level up guns in Black Ops, so if you can only level up a couple, definitely focus on the DMR because it is truly insane. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think the DMR is overpowered, or do you think it's just another gun that people are wasting their time with? Also in the comment section below, let me know what weapon you want reviewed, and maybe we'll go ahead and do that for you. And as always, later nerds.